could have some real problems considering what's come from Afghanistan. Holly, we're having a little bit of problems with your signal, so we're going to let you go. Have a safe weekend, and we'll talk to you coming up next week, all right?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Keep up the incredible reporting. We're so proud of you. All right. So with thousands of U.S. troops on the ground and the growing threat of more terrorist attacks, the White House says this is the most dangerous period of the withdrawal yet. We want to take you over to the touchscreen to show you exactly why. We're going to start with the city of Kabul. And remember, this is a city about the size of New Orleans. This is where the presidential office is that the Taliban now controls. This is the old U.S. embassy. I say old because everybody's gone. And this is Hamid Karzai International Airport here. Very difficult to defend. We heard earlier from one of the generals, the Air Force likes to have a 10-mile security perimeter around planes taking off and landing. They don't even have a mile. These roads are all controlled by the Taliban. So to try to get out of the airport and go ahead and rescue any Americans who are trapped in Kabul, much less the rest of the country, is very difficult. Where do a lot of those air assets have to come from and the Delta Force members and Navy SEALs? Well, U.S. bases all around the Middle East. This is Afghanistan, so Kabul would be right out about here. There's Americans trapped in other parts of Afghanistan, we understand. These are the closest U.S. staging bases, both in Oman, Qatar, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, and the like. So we really want to get an inside look at exactly what our special forces and the CIA paramilitary organizations are dealing with when they are trying to get people out of Afghanistan that aren't already at the airport. They have to leave the airport, and it's extraordinarily dangerous. Brett VELICOVICH, former U.S. Army intelligence and special operations officer, served multiple tours in Afghanistan and Iraq. Doug ENGLEN, retired U.S. Army Chief Warrant Officer who took part in the raid that killed Osama Bin Laden, has flown over 2,500 helicopter missions throughout Afghanistan doing exactly these kinds of rescues. Gentlemen, we appreciate you both being with us. Brett, we'll start with you because right now we're dealing in large part with threats on the ground. We understand there have been some special operations guys who have left the airport compound. What do they face on a daily basis as the sun comes up in Kabul?
Well, good evening, Leland. I mean, look, this is definitely a lot different mission than when I was deployed over there. We were very much involved in direct action operations where we were hunting down the top tier leadership within Taliban and the Haqqani network and all these affiliated groups. And this has largely now become more of a force protection mission, right? The daily life for soldiers on the ground in Kabul is harsh. Each day brings new risks. It brings new challenges. The longer they remain, the less troops that are there, the less support that they get, and the more dangerous it becomes as each day is another day for groups like ISIS-K to coordinate attacks. And they are under constant threat of attack from the Taliban and ISIS and a multitude of terrorist groups that are receiving, showing these threats that they face in Kabul. And before these attacks, there were a lot of rumors that groups like ISIS already tried to breach the perimeter in Kabul a couple times. And these soldiers know that. And they know that there are credible threats, and every single day they're out there, fighting for us, and they know they'll likely be hit. But
and obviously when they leave, when they go outside the wire, it gets a lot worse. Doug, I won't make you say it. We understand some of your former colleagues are over there flying the rescue missions, have already flown some. What are they going through right now as the sun comes up, knowing that they're going to have to probably tonight go out and try to find some Americans and bring them back in? What are those missions like? What are the dangers?
Leland, and good evening. And I appreciate this time to kind of put some some context to this. It's just the opposite of what happened 19 years and 10 months ago when we were first entering Afghanistan. You didn't know who the threat was. You didn't know where it was. It was everywhere. Now it's a little bit different. The threat that you see all around when the air crews fly or when the ground forces are leaving on a mounted patrol. If military operations are requiring for troops to leave the wire outside of Kabul to rescue American citizens or other SIVs, the challenge they have is positive identification. You don't know where the threat is because it is no longer, it's changing by the minute. And what I mean by that, these are surge operations. They are ready to go. It's such a short area, short flights, could be long flights depending on where the American citizens are at. You just don't know what the mission is until you get it on your lap and then you're out the door. And then before you know it, then you're outside the wire and you have no idea where the enemy's at because they all look the same, whether it be day or night. And now there's a lot of U.S. equipment that's on the ground to help it actually hinders the positive identification.
When we
So
say
you
the
have
U.S.
crew
equipment,
members-
this is equipment that the Taliban has captured from the Afghan army that we gave them. You bring us to this. Take a listen to what the Taliban now has.
The Taliban now has access to over $85 billion worth of American military equipment. That includes 75,000 vehicles, over 200 airplanes and helicopters, over 600,000 small arms and light weapons. The Taliban now has more Black Hawk helicopters than 85% of the countries in the world.
In speaking of the Black Hawk helicopters, we understand the Taliban took at least one of them for a spin around Kandahar airport. This is video of that. They haven't figured out, I guess, how to fly it yet or haven't videotaped it. Doug, I'm interested, can that Black Hawk do things, maybe you can't talk about it, but can it do things that you would be concerned if the Taliban figured out what it could do?
Not necessarily, because military and foreign military sales is very good at giving the right amount of equipment for the right customer, the right country. So, U.S. military and through direct commercial sales or foreign military sales, they're only going to give a certain amount of equipment that has certain capability. So, looking beyond, that kind of threat, and looking beyond why they have so much of equipment and where things have folded out, it just poses a risk to now the forces on our ground. So as we continue towards a retrograde or start reducing forces, those that are at risk will be the lowered numbers as troops start pulling out. So you can count on the military to be leaving the most capable forces on the ground to be the last forces on the ground.
That makes sense.
So that's the sort of vulnerability. And so,
that would
so
probably
you
be
want the most capable and the most trained.
Real quick, that'd probably be some of the Delta Force guys at Brett's old unit. Real quick, Brett, that list of weapons that we just heard about, what scares you the most for the guys who are going outside the wire?
What scares me the most, actually, is all the weapons that we don't know much about. I think the U.S. government truly doesn't know what's been left. All right. And I'm worried that a lot of this technology gets sold to the highest bidder. I mean, I don't remember a case really when the Taliban was necessarily hurting for guns. I'll tell you that much. But now they've got access to a pretty state-of-the-art technology. It's become basically a garage sale for a lot of these terrorist groups to go in there and pluck special operations equipment that's been left behind that I'm seeing in some of these videos the Taliban is parading around.
Yeah, we got some of the video, also some of the night vision equipment they have. We understand it's pretty high quality. And also, you just look at a lot of the Taliban guys, and they almost look like U.S. Special Forces because they've captured all the equipment. Gentlemen, I wish we could talk all night, but we got to run. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good to see you both. Will the Afghanistan debacle cement President Biden's legacy, or will he be able to recover? That discussion and how he might do it next.
War vet to live PD, how service inspires.